Hi everybody, welcome back to my family's channel, Happy Healthy Vegans. I'm Stephanie, and today I'm going to be making a roast for Christmas. I'm making it a little ahead of time because I want to see if it works out. So yeah, let's get into it. Okay, we're going to start off with our dry ingredients. This is 2.5 cups of Vital Wheat gluten in here. I'm going to add a third cup of chickpea flour, 2 teaspoons of agar. I'm going to mix that up. Now we're going to add our spices. I have them all laid down on a plate here. 5 tablespoons of nutritional yeast. Nutritional yeast. A teaspoon and a half of salt. A tablespoon of masala, tablespoon of 5 spice, tablespoon of mushroom powder, which I just made with dry shiitake in my blender, as well as half a teaspoon of ground oregano, ground sage, and ground thyme. So we're going to just add that all in, mix it up. And we're going to get started on getting the wet ingredients together. Okay. Now we're ready to do our wet ingredients. I have 1 large beet that I peeled and chopped up in my food processor as tiny as possible. Now I'm adding 2 tablespoons of red wine, 3 tablespoons tomato paste, and 2 tablespoons of vegan Worcestershire sauce. And I still can't say that word. Mix that in. Sorry, we're adding 1.5 cups of water as well. Mix that together. Okay, now that my wet is mixed together, I'm going to add it to my dry. Mix this up until it starts to get incorporated. Then we're going to get our hands in and knead it for about 10 minutes. It smells really good. Okay, now that our roast is all mixed together and it's a nice little ball, I'm gonna put some oil onto a board. About 2 tablespoons or so. Drop your seitan on here, and now you're gonna knead it for about 10 minutes. If you don't knead it, it's gonna be dough-like, and you don't want it dough-like. You want it sinewy and stretchy like meat. Mince. Just keep doing this for about 10 minutes, stretching it every once in a while, giving it a good knead. I'm going to be making the broth. I'm using just vegetable broth, liquid vegetable broth. You can do a whole elaborate thing with onions and carrots and all kinds of stuff. I'm using this.
That's easy way.
I'm going the easy way, yeah. So then I'm going to be adding some marmite and onions and a few other things, but
what's marmite?
I'm going to add this marmite. It's yeast extract.
People put that on bread.
Well, this is going in to flavor the roast.
That's what I've seen.
Oh yeah. This is actually 14 cups of water. I forgot to tell you a minute ago, and I had to use 28 teaspoons of this. It's a good half the jar, I think. Now I'm going to be adding 2 tablespoons of oil and 3 tablespoons of the marmite. Alright, this is my 3rd tablespoon of marmite. It's quite sticky, so it's kind of like caramel.
What does it smell like?
I don't know. Doesn't smell bad. Alright. Now we're gonna add 5 bay leaves, 7 shiitake dried mushrooms. This is what I also use to make my mushroom powder for the actual roast. then an onion chopped. And that's it. I'm gonna tie up my roast with twine and in cheesecloth and add it to here, and yeah. Okay. My broth has been boiling. I actually turn it down to a low simmer. You don't want the broth to actually be boiling. I'm going to be lowering my Tide roast. Sorry, I couldn't find twine to save my life. Apparently I didn't have any. Please make sure you have some before you do this. And I bought brand new hair elastic, so yeah. It's a little ghetto, but that's going to have to work. So I'm going to put that in there, and I'm going to let it simmer for 45 to 50 minutes. Okay, so this has now been simmering for, I think, 50-55 minutes. As you can see, it's kind of doubled in size because it wasn't that big when I put it in there. So I have no idea how I'm going to get this out. And my husband had a great idea to actually use what are they called? Forks that you use for roasts?
Yeah.
So I haven't used these in years because, you know, I haven't made a roast in years, but yeah, so we're gonna attempt to do this. I'm gonna put it on a plate and let it cool for a few minutes.
Put it in the fridge, block it, no? Or what?
No.
Oh, okay.
Put it just because then I want to pan sear it. So I'm gonna get rid of this and let that cool and get my pan warmed up. I'll be back. All right, cutting the elastics off my roast. And then I have my pan there with butter warming up, heating up, so I can sear both sides of this, and then it'll be ready to eat. It smells really good. All right, let's put this. Woo! Look at that. Listen to that sizzle of that seitan roast. Oh my goodness, I can't wait to try this. Basting it with the butter a little bit. Okay, now I'm going to attempt to flip this. Oh, look at that. That looks so good. All right. Here is the roast sliced. I think next time I make it, I definitely will have to puree those beets a little bit more so it has a more blood look, not spots. But it looks delicious and smells great. While I was busy with this roast, my husband was busy making these yummy vegetables that it's sitting in, as well as these yummy roasted potatoes that look absolutely delicious. So we're gonna go enjoy that, and if you make it, let me know how it goes, and thanks for watching my channel. Bye now.